What's up, guys? Welcome back to this week's episode of Closed by Mo. My name is Mohammed. I am hopefully your favorite YouTuber on all things real estate. I'm also a real estate investor and a realtor based out of New York. I think now people have finally started to understand that the Federal Reserve isn't going to let off on raising interest rates up until the inflation is back down to normal levels, probably around that 2% mark, in my opinion. Now, I say that because I think finally in the market, people are understanding that because interest rates are going to keep rising, there's going to be less and less borrowers, means there's going to be fewer buyers for different types of houses. Now, I'm making this video for both listing agents and clients that are looking to sell their home in the near future, and I'm hoping from this video, you'll be able to better figure out how to, one, sell your house for top dollar, and two, sell your house faster than the other inventory on the market. So without further ado, let's jump right into the 3 ways that I think are going to help you out. Now, the first item on my list is also the most sensitive item on my list, so I always approach it very carefully when I'm working with potential sellers or clients, and that is, don't be unrealistic, man. Like, if you have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in a neighborhood where most 3-bedroom, 2-bathrooms are being sold for $100,000, don't expect your selling price or your listing price to deviate too far away from that, right? There's a couple of risks you run into if you try and sell it for too high. You're going to scare away potential buyers, and that listing is going to go stale in the market. So it's just going to sit there empty, and no one's going to want to show it anymore, right? And I understand where a lot of sellers are coming from, because a lot of times when you own something, you see it from a sentimental perspective, so you have sentimental value in the home. But the harsh reality is the free market dictates the price that your house is going to sell at. And most buyers, they don't want the most expensive house in the area, right? So if you feel like your $100,000 home is worth $150,000 because, hey, you put in a jacuzzi that your family loves, you have a sauna, you have a game room, like, power to you, that's great for you. But do buyers that are looking for a house in your area, do they even want that, right? Buyers don't want the most expensive house in the area. They don't want anything that's going to be difficult to sell later on down the line. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. What I am saying is it's just going to take a lot longer. Now, on that point about sentimental upgrades, if you're making upgrades that affect the structure of the home or that can affect the longevity of the home, for example, the roof, if you got the basement finished, the windows, the hot water system, the heating system, those upgrades can definitely help with getting a higher price when selling the home, and that's something that your agent is definitely going to be able to work with you on. Which takes me to my second point: is if you're working with an agent, pick the right agent. I have a whole video about this, about the signs on spotting good agents and also signs for spotting bad agents. A good agent will be able to tell you when to list the house, right? I've seen this strategy used a lot too. And then, when a good agent will have a healthy listing that they're working on, they're not going to post it right away, or when they post it, they're not going to make it available right away. What they'll do is they'll list it as coming soon for a few days, and what that does is that encourages other buyers to take a look at it and make them all sort of schedule it around at the same time, which is a good segue because now this helps people, or helps the sellers to generate more buzz for their home, and a good agent will know when to list it and ergo when to schedule the showings, because a really smart agent will schedule showings that are almost right back to back, so the buyer number 1 will see buyer number 2 on their way out or on their way in, and it helps create that psychological FOMO, that fear of missing out, that helps generate more buzz, that feeling of, oh, we don't want to lose this house, we love it, we're going to put in our best offer right away. That's what that strategy sort of comes about, and that's why it's important to pick a really good agent. Now, the last one that I want to talk about is presentation. Curb appeal is a very important thing when it comes to selling a house, right? Curb appeal is the first impression that you get of a home. If you're driving by a house, or if you're about to stop at an open house and you see that the outside of the house is completely guttered, it's dirty, the grass isn't kept well, the first impression you're going to have of this house is, this is horrible, I don't even want to go in, right? So curb appeal is very important, but so are the interior aspects. So something a lot of people don't consider, smell. That's very important. I've gone to a couple of open houses and a couple of listings with my buyers, and it's just smelled like, dogs and cats have pooped and peed everywhere, and it's just not a good, it's just not a good look, because that smell also sort of stays in the carpets and the walls, and it's very difficult to get out. So smells, painting, painting your home, painting the interior of the home is one of the most cost-effective ways to make it look a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. Something very light, maybe to allow more, natural light to reflect off of it, and of course, natural light as well. If you're going to do an open house, or if you're going to take pictures before you sell your house, open up the windows, man. Get some natural light in. These things have a psychological effect on home buyers, especially first-time home buyers, because if you were to look at the exact two same houses, and one of them was totally dark, the light bulbs didn't work, and it smelled kind of funny, versus one that was the exact same, but there's a lot of natural light, the windows were open, it smelled really nice, smelled like some nice Febreze, that's going to seem like a higher value to the home buyer because that's what's effectively cleaner and it's an easier purchase, right? With that being said, that's all for this week. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And please, if you're an agent, share this with one of your buyers or one of your sellers that might be interested in finding my channel if it helps them or if it helps you. Let's figure out a way to work together, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.